Today, for the first time, Google shows its aggressions without being provoked in any way. What has traumatized this horse so much? And is it even possible to make Google a reliable riding horse in the foreseeable future?
My name is Ariane Telgen. I have worked for over 20 years with problem horses of all kinds, and another focus of mine is training for riders and horses. Here I support riders with competitive ambitions up to the advanced level, as well as recreational riders in maintaining health and calmness. Through my many years of experience as a recognized equine physiotherapist and osteopath, I am in an optimal position to identify and solve problems on various levels. To make this possible, even over long distances, I offer online consultations or online support. This is a successful alternative to an in-person visit here at the farm or admitting your horse as an inpatient. I are doing something completely different today. That means I'm now trying to find a few spots on his body where he can really relax nicely. This has been quite difficult so far because Googie doesn't relax at all or hasn't relaxed at all. And I actually started to massage his neck, his long nuchal ligament. He resisted a lot, always distracting himself by somehow chewing on the rope. But I just stay stubborn and firm. With that, he doesn't come out of walking at all anymore. He's starting to hang his head now too. I hope I can show that again soon, that he does it on the left. I mean on the right side as well, because unfortunately the cameraman wasn't there just now. Let's see. But it already looks a bit different. I don't want that. What also really stood out is that's probably why he is a bit tense under the saddle or when you drive him to the side, because he is just very sensitive in this area where the driving leg is, and as soon as I touch there, he actually blocks. Fine. Well done. So come back a little. Go back a little. Whenever I want something from him, he bites here first, as if he's really looking for a pacifier or something. Yeah, let's see how it is on this side. I wasn't there yet. Fine. That's good. Look. Good. That just didn't go so well. You know what we're doing, right? You know that it's not a big deal, right? It is similar to another case study of mine, namely Dusty, who was with us for a week. He was really tense in the neck as well, probably due to a rubber binder that is supposed to be particularly gentle, but in reality never releases the pressure. That's just the way rubber is. Google is more or less a typical draw rein horse. That means it was ridden a lot with draw reins. And if the draw reins are handled unprofessionally, then a draw rein does not yield and puts constant pressure on the nape of the neck and on the long neck ligament. I assume that's why there's such a tense atmosphere here. It's starting now, just like earlier. He's slowly beginning to resist, looking for a way out. Fine! So it is very, very hard for him to let go, very hard. I'm just trying to loosen his neck up. He's really fighting against it. At first, it's also uncomfortable. Fine. Are you not sure yet? Oh, it cracks softly up here under my fingers. But his eyes are almost closing. He's already noticed that I don't mean it in a bad way. Yes, sweetie. Good. That feels quite nice when it's soft. Yes, look, there you go, sweetie. I'll go a little further down. Then he started on the other side as well to bicker again, so that's fine. Good, excellent, look. That's good. Right now he is somewhere else, but not here. And I have to bring him out so that he can learn to relax. Well, you're doing well. Yes, you're doing well. You're doing really well. Look, don't do that. That's good. That's nice. See? I'll just look for the spaces between the ribs. What looks like stroking actually hurts a lot. And you can notice it in him as well. I am now doing subcutaneous fascial strokes. Fine. In the small spaces between each rib, you can see it really hurts him. But when it's free, it's of course good. And anyone who has ever experienced that, it really stings in the heart or chest when breathing, even just inhaling, so that you don't dare to breathe in anymore. Knows roughly how this feels here. And if he is supposed to relax and let go with it, then that is relatively difficult. Yeah, look here, look. Yeah, first let's calm down, okay? Yeah, that's good. Let's just snuggle a bit. Nice, that's good. You're doing great. Yeah, look. Good, yes? There is the next problem today, where, to be honest, I really don't feel like it anymore. And indeed, now he reacts like in the stable when you give him food. Even when saddling, I just have to take the saddle in hand, and then he immediately turns his butt to you. And he just puts on his friendly face again. And now I'm just going to keep doing this until he stops. From the right side, I was able to do this already. No, I can do it from the left side. It doesn't work from the right side. And even if I want to turn him around here in the cleaning shed or something and he doesn't want that, you really have to be careful. That's fine. We have come this far now that I can get to this point. That was not possible just moments ago. I really had to strongly orient him so I could even get here next to him, and he still doesn't think that's great. That's it, good job. Great, excellent, that's nice. That's a good boy. Good, like that. Well, I'll just keep doing this as long as until he relaxes. Of course, I could also do it outside. The problem hasn't been there so far. But of course I do not want to be restricted there. I want to be able to saddle up anywhere, no matter where. Fine, everything is good. Look, like this. Yeah, look. Look, you can even move the ears forward, right? It's not so silly with a saddle like that, is it? That's nice. My experience in the few days I have spent with Googie is that the stricter I actually am to him, it really always only has to do with pressure, with fine. Then you take a small step forward. But that's not what I'm imagining. So, and then there is also the question, does it also work without pressure at some point? What sticks from that? And which quirks simply remain? Yes, look. Shh. That's nice. Ultimately, you can't really blame him. Someone did that. No horse is bad by itself. But the new owner can now, unfortunately, can't buy anything either. That's nice. Then I'll saddle him up. See what happens. Today we're starting again. I have planned something today that I think Google won't find very great. Yesterday I worked him on the cave son and wanted him to correct his crookedness. And that didn't work quite so well either because he just won't be driven out. And if I really insist on it, then it becomes dangerous. And that's why I'm doing things a bit differently today. I would ask you not to imitate this. I have checked Google therapeutically and osteopathically, ensuring that its neck mobility is such that there is no harm. And he should really work it out on the inside rein himself to yield there, because until that works, I don't even need to get on it. That would be absolutely counterproductive. Where there were serious conflicts today is when saddling. This is similar to the issues with going into the box in the morning and feeding. I think you have already seen the video or what the pictures look like. You approach it with great respect. And yes, there's now the question, to what extent can you get rid of that at all? To what extent can he put these things aside, and how does he play along with it? And I think this will be clarified here in the next few days. Let's see what happens. Just for understanding, what I'm about to do with Google is really muscle stretching. And anyone who has tried to do a split, who knows how much it hurts to stretch muscles when you're not very flexible? And that's exactly what's going to happen at Google now. It will be associated with pain until these muscles and everything else is long. And we just have to get through it somehow. So please, don't imitate it.
tried over and over to be happy again, but I can't seem to get over thinking this will never end. Too many beautiful nights I spend my time alone. Can't seem to have an appetite for getting up out the door.
To warm up the muscles, Ariane first lunges Google without any boundaries, where one can clearly see that Google is not accustomed to moving without hand control and moves very uncertainly. The extreme misalignment of Googie is also visible in the movement sequence of the hind legs.
Out of my head, I'll get my shit together one of these days.
To correct this, Ariane now uses a signpost. The boundary is intentionally left out on the outside because even a minimal impulse on the outside leads Google to block the stretch inward. This became apparent from previous training sessions at the Kvessen and also with the triangle reins. The unilateral auxiliary rein is adjusted in such a way that it can be completely released in an emergency.
What I need, but I'll get my shit together one of these days, and I'll start to feel better. Maybe
Google accepts this assistance surprisingly well and begins to relax in the back. This is the basis for being able to begin a misalignment correction at all.
Yes, I think it is still a very long way. You know, when we continue this, and you could clearly see that such a strange the type of side rein helped him a lot, helped me a lot. That was really good. Big guy, and that's how I will continue. And then see what comes of it. Yes, what's also quite interesting to observe, while we are both working really hard here and battling some fears, the others from the herd are lounging in the midday sun and enjoying their free time. Yes, I figured out Googie's trick. You can saddle him from the left, you can saddle him from the right if you first long rein him after saddling. We are here in perfect weather, as you can hear and see, and actually wanted to make a nice video recording. It was good that I dressed so warmly. This is Conrad, you already know him, and I'm basically looking for a successor for him so that I have an assistant coach because he's not quite as fit anymore. We had a really tough time 3 weeks ago. Specifically, Conrad couldn't get up anymore when he lay down and he kept scraping his legs. And I actually wanted to retire him, but the whole thing only got worse. And now I ride him a little bit without a saddle, keep him mobile, do lateral movements and such so that he stays active. And as I saw today, he comes back up without any problems. As long as horses like this can still walk, it's really good for them to continue being exercised at a walking pace. I just tried a little trot, and that also works well again. Yes, maybe when the weather gets better, I can show that. And then I actually plan to take Google along as a pack horse so that he just learns it's normal, also the trotting, and doesn't always lay his ears back. Riding without a saddle is actually not as awkward as people often think. It's really difficult, I have to admit, especially when you want to do it correctly, meaning independently of the reins. And what my horse immediately shows me is that when I slide over the spine, it is uncomfortable for him. And secondly, he no longer understands my aids. This means I really have to keep my buttocks relaxed on either side of the spine, even when I'm riding a turn. If I don't do it, Conrad will immediately rise or no longer stand properly. It will no longer hold, and that is really a great seat correction. Yes, the three of us, we are now going to do something completely different. After training this morning, I'm taking Googie as a lead horse on the trail to see how he feels there. He did great when I led him by hand. Now I am sort of above him and can give him a bit of praise or some guidance from up here. And with that, I'd like to calmly prepare him for riding. Let's see what you think of it, right, Googie? Yes. So come on. So Connie, walk backwards. That's fine. So to the left. Googie, come along. Hop. Hurry up, you have to keep up. Come on, Googie. So the only danger I see a little bit is that he could bite my leg. But other than that, I think we're doing quite well. So come on, Googie. Let's take a look. If in doubt, I'll just let him go. So Connie, pay close attention. Here are deep tracks. So Googie stays here next to me. So that's nice. Great. There are already the first ones. Natural obstacles that Googie probably doesn't know yet. Those are our wild geese. Baroot, stop. Yes, look. So it is important that we take the time to just stop and relax. Right, Googie? You're not supposed to just switch off and walk through here. Look, there they are, right? You did a good job. Come on, very nice, great, super, you two. Connie, let's dry up. Oh, look here. Yeah, good. Oh, Connie, you are such an old stage hog. So come here, let's go back in. Come on, get us out of here safely, Conrad. Stop, Googie has to come along too. Well, Googie, how's it going? Huh? Climbing uphill is tough, right? Come on. Come, just go next to it for now. Come. Great, excellent. Well done. Yeah, that's nice. Look, the water is cool. It's good for your legs. Come on. Connie, wait for me. Great, fantastic, awesome. So, good boy, great, that's awesome, right? Yes, so you are the best, right? Yes, no, just look over there, that's good, boy. So can we get going? Are you sorting out your legs, Googie, so that you don't again when going up? Going down in front? Okay, come on. You have to be careful again, right?
Is there anybody out there?
Yes, that's good. Great.
I think I need a lifeline.
Google seems to get more and more confident round after round alongside Ariane and Conrad. and appears increasingly relaxed. A clear and fair leadership is often the quickest and best way, not only with horses to overwrite old behavior patterns, and eventually be able to completely dissolve them. In these few days that Ariane has been working with Google, a lot has already developed very positively, which suggests that the two are on a good path.
Are we gonna sink like Titanic? Our problems feel gigantic, like falling apart into a cold, cold ocean. Are we gonna run like we're strangers at the first sight of danger? I'll still be hanging on.
And the initial problem with feeding has now been so well solved by Ariane's work that her daughter Victoria can now safely go into the stall with the feed scoop to Google. Googie is no longer scared in his stall, but seems to actually look forward to someone coming to him. This gives hope that things will improve for the troubled gelding in the future.
Breaking into pieces, losing what we want.